Hey everyone, it's Chris from Smithy Fitness. Welcome back. Good to see you. I have no kettlebells today, but I want to talk about something. I want to talk about the value of being a big tipper. In my opinion, a high value man needs to tip all the service people very well. And I've been doing it since I was much younger. I used to, tip 15%, but now as a fully grown, successful man, I tip 20, 25%, maybe even 30% once in a while. And it does a couple of things. It sends, it really helps obviously the server, the person you're tipping, the bellboy, helps them a lot. It's a low income business they're in or job they've got. So they really rely on the tips. For me, it makes me feel abundant, that I can just kind of put some money over there and it doesn't matter to me. I'm just helping somebody and I feel like what's an extra 20 bucks or 30 bucks or $15, because when you think about it, the difference between the 20% tip and 25 on 100 bucks is only $5. I mean, it's not very much. And if it's $50, it's only $2 or $2.50. So tipping's important. And yes, it's a nice gesture to the universe that you're abundant and you can let this money out. So as a high value man, we want to do it. And I want to tell you a little story because we came home from Orlando a week or two ago, and we were going to take an Uber from Toronto airport back to my house. It was literally 2 a.m. The flight had been delayed. And I said, I don't want to take an Uber. I want to get the airport limo. So the Uber would be 55 or 60 bucks and the airport limo was 80. So we're driving home and just small talk with the limo driver. He's an older man, older than me. And anyway, we get home. It takes half an hour, 40 minutes. And it's an $80 fare. I give him $100, $250s. And it's nice when you tip to give cash as well as opposed to on your credit card. So anyway, I tossed him the $250 and he's, thank you very much, sir. Merry Christmas. End of story. And we go in and, took a while to get caught up because it was 3:30 before I went to bed, and then I'm up at 9 o'clock for the stock market the next day. And anyway, I hadn't fully unpacked. 2 days later, there's a knock on the door, fierce knock. And I went, who the hell is that? As you might, because it seems like there's salespeople. Nobody knocks on the door much. And it's an older gentleman. And he says, I open the door and hello. And he says, do you remember me? And I'm sort of looking at him. He says, I'm your limo driver from the other night. And of course, I was talking to the back of his head the whole time. And I said, oh, yes, hi. I recognized he had a little bit of an Irish accent. I said, yes, hi. And he said, I've got this for you. And he handed me my passport. So what had happened when you're going through the airport, I've got my carry-on. You don't want to check baggage. So I've got my carry-on and I've got my briefcase. And, you've got to give papers and you're filling stuff out. And anyway, I had stuffed my passport in my back pocket instead of my front pocket. And I guess sitting in the limo, it had slipped out. And I had no idea because I hadn't fully unpacked yet. I hadn't even put everything away. I didn't know. And he said to me, I'm supposed to, when this happens, I'm supposed to give it to the RCMP. And then you've got to go through all these hoops to get it back. He said, but I thought I remembered where you lived, even though it was almost the middle of the night when he dropped us off. And he said, there you go. So I happily took it from him and he was leaving. And I said, oh, wait a minute. Then I went and I tossed him, I got a 50 for him as a tip. And went in the house and I thought, oh my God, this is huge. And I thought, man, I should have given him 100 because the hassle of getting that passport back would have been massive. So being a good tipper, now if I had just, given him 10%, the normal 10%, would he have come back? Would he have gone to that trouble? I don't know, maybe. But certainly having left on good terms with him and having been generous, he was more than generous with me. So the bottom line is, as high value men who are watching this, tip big. Hold your head up high when you leave a place, and when you return, you you are treated as a VIP, rather than figuring out your 12% or your 14% or your 10% or whatever. My dad never had money. We were middle class at best, but he always tipped well, and that would have been 15% in those days, and that was a little bit of a chunk. But it's a really good lesson. It doesn't cost much. Again, the difference of 5% on your bill is not much, but give them a little bit extra. Feel good about yourself. Be treated like a VIP, and it all is relevant to us as high value men. All right, that's my quick story. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.